Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I am so happy to have y'all here with me today. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. On my community tab and in my Facebook group the other day, I did a post where I asked you to ask me questions and I would answer them in a Q&A video. So that is what we're going to do today. And then I'll be crafting here so you can kind of watch something while I'm talking, because it'd be kind of boring with me just standing here talking, right? Or sitting, or whatever. You get what I'm saying. Okay, let's start with the questions I asked on my YouTube community tab. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through all of these questions, so if I don't, please don't be offended. I'm just gonna pick a handful from both places that I posted. Okay, so what is your 5 all-time favorite art supplies? I know glue and scissors is 2 of them. Okay, so my cinch machine would be 1. I absolutely love my cinch machine. Obviously glue and scissors. My mini guillotine trimmer, Bartholomew. I love him. Okay, cinch machine, mini guillotine, my bone folder / scraper, or unless I can count those as 2, because they are 2 different things. I love my bone folder and I love my scraper that I use to smooth my pages down. And then, probably pens. I am a marker whore. I love them. I collect them. I have so many pens, it's not even funny, and I can never have enough. So those would be probably my top 5. If you could be best friends with any TV / movie character, who would it be and why? Come on. Betty White. Are you kidding me? She's hilarious. She loves animals. She was a Golden Girl, and she's all around badass. I love Betty White. I want to be Betty White when I grow up. I love her. She's the best. How did your glue book journey start? Mine started because of you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Christy. So mine started, I believe the first person that really got me into like the glue book trend was Shannon Green, of course, because she is the all almighty on YouTube. I freaking love that woman. She is funny, sweet, super, super talented. And I do believe my first like actual like bigger glue book was her En Masse glue book years ago. But yeah, I would say Shannon Green probably had the biggest impact on me at the time for glue books. Okay. I'd love to know how many unfinished glue books you have. Hopefully it'll make me feel better about the amount of unfinished glue books that I have. Okay, I have a lot. So I get bored super easily, and I like to work on lots of different things. So currently I have my composition notebook random glue book that is almost done. I always have a big random going. That's in my sketchbook. And then I have my no-sew glue book that has all the different signatures in it. I have a shark glue book, a birds and blooms, a dog and cat. This one that I made out of a cereal box, and various others that I don't look at regularly, but those are the ones that I work in on a regular basis. Yeah, I probably have another 10 floating around, not even joking. Okay, what magazines do you use most to get your images and words from? So I don't discriminate. I will try and grab any magazine I get. I will go through and try and grab whatever I can get, because you know I don't pay for my magazines. I get them from friends and family. My hairstylist saves magazines for me. I look on Facebook Marketplace and I get them free on there. So I basically will take whatever I can get. But if I had a choice, I love the HGTV magazine and I love the Food Network magazine. I feel like both of those have so much color in them, and the food is fun because like with the Food Network, you'll have burgers and ice cream and cupcakes and like cute things that you can use in your random collage. So I think those would be my top 2. I also love Birds and Blooms. I do love fashion magazines, but I feel like I personally don't get stuff that I would like to use on a regular basis in there. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of pages that can't be used because of, like, they make them kind of blurry on purpose. I do love fashion magazines, don't get me wrong, but I feel like other magazines have more stuff in them, like HGTV, even Good Housekeeping, you know, like those type of magazines. Cosmo, I love Cosmo, even though there's some, like, you know, naughty stuff in there. I do love Cosmo. They have great images in there. Okay, next. I would love to see how you store your craft supplies, even if it's chaos. All crafters know chaos. So I have shown my craft room with my Glue Crew videos. You guys know that I have a membership program through YouTube. I call them the Glue Crew. They pay a monthly fee and they get videos from me every Wednesday, as well as a community tab that's just for them. And I talk to them multiple times throughout the week, telling them what I do, showing pictures. Sometimes I show them like a sneak peek of what the video is going to be the next day. If anything's happening, they know first. So I have shown them. If you want to see it, you can join that program. But that's where I show stuff like that, because it's less people and not like the whole world looking in my personal space. But yeah, I have showed it. I've showed it on the Glue Crew. And that also goes with, would you be willing to give us a tour of your craft room? I've kind of done that on YouTube, or on the Glue Crew videos as well. Okay, what other forms of arts and crafts have you done since you first started? What other forms? I have been crafting my entire life. So I love to use, like, I don't know how to knit and crochet, but I do love to use my nifty knitter, the little loom or whatever. So I'll use that. I love to do, like, well, I doodle. You guys know that. I draw a lot. I love to paint. I love mixed media. I love to read. What other crafts? I feel like I have done so many things in my crafty career. I used to sell on Etsy. I had a duct tape business for a long time. I made wallets and art and hair bows and bags and purses, and I have made so many things out of duct tape. It is absolutely ridiculous. I did that for about 10 years. So, I mean, I've done a lot of crafts. You name it, I've done it pretty much. Do you do mixed media or art journaling? Yes, I have showed that both in my Glue Crew videos and in my channel videos. I have an art journal going right now. It's just a composition notebook, and I love to just slap paint in there and then doodle in it, or maybe do some collage in there. I absolutely love playing with paint. However, I don't like mess, and it seems like it's kind of like it's a whole thing, getting everything out, and then I have to put everything back. And so yes, I do love to art journal and do mixed media. I don't do a ton on my channel, but I do, you know, occasionally I will bring that out. What is your go-to karaoke song? Mine is Take on Me. Take on me, take on me. Okay, sorry. I don't do karaoke. I would be mortified to stand up and do that. My best friend is the lead singer in a band. And so when we do karaoke, I just listen to her because she's phenomenal. If I had to pick a song, it would definitely be an 80s song, probably by like Pat Benatar or something like that, because she rocks. What is the one thing you hate that everyone else seems to love? Butter. Butter. It's disgusting, it's repulsive, and it needs to be removed from this earth. Okay, let's see. I would like to ask if you are still using your EcoTank printer by Epson. If you could share what model it is, I'm currently researching these. Also, does it print on cardstock? Yada, yada. Yes. Okay, so I always keep my printer in the description box of my videos. So if you want to know, like if you forget, you can go back and always look there. So I do have an EcoTank printer. Mine is the ET-4760. It is a pricier one. It was a gift from my father before he passed away. He wanted to buy me something nice for my craft room, and that is what he bought me, and I'm forever grateful. I absolutely love my printer. I have only had to refill the ink once, and I've had it for years. I print on it all the time. So basically you get this ink and you pour it into your printer, and your printer, you should not have to buy ink for about 2 years. I think I went a little over 2 years. And then I've only had to fill it once, and I'm still going strong. So I absolutely love my EcoTank, and I highly recommend them. Can we meet the family you talk so much about? Again, that is something that I share with the Glue Crew just because it's a smaller community and they're paying members, and that's one of the perks that they get. So Jackson has been in my videos. Bob has been in my videos. Andrew doesn't really, he's more of a private person, but I have shared photos of all of my family and my dogs on the membership program. Okay, so what was the first video you ever made? The first video I ever made is awful. I was so nervous, so nervous. I did a magazine harvest, shocker. I felt like that would be the easiest to kind of jump in and see if the water was fine. It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I didn't have a good setup. But you know, when you first start out, it's a learning process. Like, I'm still learning stuff on a weekly basis for my YouTube channel. It is exhausting and it is a lot of work, and it's a great job. I absolutely love it, but it is very time consuming, and it's hard to learn all the things because there's so many things to learn. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did a magazine harvest. Can we see some pics of your fur babies? Again, I do show them all the time on my members page, but I have actually showed them in my Facebook group before. So yeah, I could show you guys some pictures of Sherman and Xena. Okay. How do you not look at all your Happy Mail before you do a video? There's no way I could. Because I like to show my honest reaction when I open things for the people who send them to me. I do the video so I can thank people and so they can see me open it, and I want them to see my honest reaction, which is why I don't peek. I was never a child that peeked for my Christmas presents because it ruins the surprise. It's not fun anymore. So yeah, I like to show my honest reaction on camera. What project, when you started it, you did not like, but you trusted the project and it turned out to be one of your favorites? Random gluing. I hated it at first. I didn't understand it. Everything looked random but not cohesive, and I didn't understand it. And I told myself, and I know this sounds weird to some people, but random was my theme. And I had to remind myself that it was a theme because themes worked best for me in the beginning. Like En Masse Glue Book, which is like a collection glue book where each page is a different object that you collect, like all watches, all flowers, all eyes, all dogs, you know, like that. And so I really liked doing those types of videos, and then, or those types of glue books. So I would say, yeah, random was probably one of my hardest at first. What else did I start what project, when you started it, you did not like, but you trusted the project and it turned out to be, yeah, I think random gluing. It's kind of one of the main ways that I glue anymore. It's just so freeing for me, and I absolutely love it. Would you sell your glue books? If so, how much? So I asked her, and she's talking about either ones that are finished that I've personally completed, and or blank ones made to sell. So I have sold my glue books in the past, not the ones I finished, but brand new ones that I have made. It's been, I think, 2 years, maybe 2.5 years since I've done that. So I will be doing that again here. I think when I do sell them this time, I'll put them in my Ko-fi shop. As for my finished glue books, I have been asked that before. I honestly don't know. Like, some of them, yes, some of them, no. And honestly, I have no idea what to charge for that. I have no idea. Yeah, which ones do you have like a specific one that you're thinking of? If so, let me know. Okay, top 5 glue books that you love. Big Random, Random Gluing in my composition notebook, Masterboard glue book, 5 top glue books you love. Okay. Color glue book. And the last one would be an alphabet glue book. Okay. How many Scotch glue sticks do you typically go through in a week? So that depends. If I'm working in my random composition notebook and I'm, putting in the the backgrounds and stuff like that, I go through a lot more because it takes a lot more glue to just constantly be gluing in backgrounds, which is why I also use my extra large glue stick by Doris. I use that as well, so I don't. Okay, so to answer your question, because I'm tiptoeing around it, I have no idea. I would say probably 3 or 4, depending on the week. Sometimes maybe 1 or 2. But I think it depends on which project I'm working on currently. But yeah, I do go through a lot of glue sticks. There isn't a ton of glue in these little glue sticks. There's only 0.28 ounces. So yeah, not very much. If you could only use one book to source your images from, what book would that be? That's a good question. If I could only use one book to source my images from. Oh man. Like a children's dictionary, picture dictionary, where it shows like pictures instead of words. Because then I would have stuff, or like some kind of picture encyclopedia for like animals, or like, something like that. Some kind of picture type encyclopedia. Because otherwise, where would you get images from? Like I honestly, that is a great question. That's a hard one too. Yeah, it would have to be some type of like encyclopedia, or even like maybe like Guinness Book or World Records. That would be a good one, because you would have weird images, and then like okay, Guinness Book or World Records. I think that would be a good one. Okay, what other crafts do you do? Lots. I paint, I draw, I do like sticker mosaics, I do like the knitting loom. I've done diamond painting. I used to make a lot of jewelry. I used to do like beaded bracelets. I used to sell jewelry actually. So yeah, lately all I do is draw really, and glue book collage. Is this is this basically the only craft you do besides doodling? Do you ever burn out? Times when you just don't feel like gluing, do you use it a lot for therapy? Basically, yeah, like I just said, I basically just doodle and collage right now. That's basically all I have time for. So I am a mom and a wife. I have 2 kids. Yes, they're older, but I do still take my youngest son is 17. He's a senior in high school. So I still take him to school and pick him up. And, I make dinner for my family. I take Xena on a mile walk every day. So like I'm very busy in my life. So I don't have a ton of time to do other things. And then I also have to make time to rest every day because of my illness. It's just a whole thing. So yeah, those are the 2 things that haven't burnt me out and that I feel like I make time for in my life. I don't have a lot of time otherwise. I do burn out. I burn out big time, because even though I take Saturday, Sunday off, I'm still working through those. So I basically work like 7 days a week. And yeah, I do. I get burnout. It's hard when you're doing it all yourself, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. I do use glue books for therapy. I've talked a lot on my channel, probably almost every video, about the fact that I have an anxiety disorder. And one of the things that got me hooked on gluing is that it allowed my mind to stop racing and I could just relax. So I'd come in my space. I didn't have a craft room for the longest time. I only got my craft room a few years ago. And it's very small. And before that, I was gluing in the kitchen, on the counter, or on the dining room table. But it allows me to zone in and just glue. It doesn't matter what it is. And I relax. And I think that's why I like kind of masterboard style or twinchies, because just gluing the squares down itself is so relaxing to me. And I don't know what it is, that kind of monotonous, just glue and paste, glue and paste, glue and paste, slows me down. and it allows my brain to just take a second to have a deep breath and chill. And sometimes I put on like classical music or like Yo-Yo Ma, or I'll put on a movie that I love from like the 80s, like I'll put on Dirty Dancing, or I'll watch something like Goonies, something that's like relaxing that I've seen a million times, that I don't have to pay attention to the screen and just zone in on my glue booking. So yeah, I definitely glue books. That's why I think I'm so hooked on them, because they do allow me to just relax. How did you initially start getting, okay, so how did I get into glue booking? One thing that wasn't asked to me that I will say though is, how did I start my YouTube channel? So if you know the lovely Miss Elizabeth from Never Hopeless by Elizabeth, she is the one that encouraged me to start a YouTube channel, and I will forever be grateful to her. I have been watching Elizabeth for a decade, and I absolutely adore her. She is the sweetest woman ever. And I would post photos of what I did on my Instagram and stuff, and she said, hey, you should start a YouTube channel. And I was like, I don't think I can do it. And she's like, yes, you can. And I said, how do you like get used to talking to yourself? She goes, you would be surprised. She's like, after a while, it's just so easy. You don't even think about it anymore. She's right. So yeah, Miss Elizabeth from Never Hopeless by Elizabeth is the one that got me to start a YouTube channel. And I will forever be grateful to you, Elizabeth, for that. Thank you. And thank you for believing in me and thinking I could do it, because I certainly didn't think I could do it. All right, so that was the majority of the questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If there are any other questions, I can totally do another Q&A another time. For those of you that asked to see my dogs, I will post a picture in my Facebook group and on my community tab if you guys would like to see them. I know a lot of you already have. As for my kids and stuff, my son is still a minor. My other son is very, he really respects his privacy. So that is why I don't share those kinds of things just regularly on my YouTube, why I keep them behind my memberships only. Just because Jackson is a minor and Andrew is more of a my business is my business kind of person. So that is why I don't share them. Otherwise I would, because you know I love my babies. So all right, everyone, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. I hope you really liked it. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I would love it if you stuck around. Don't forget to drink your water, and I will see you on Thursday, because tomorrow is Glue Crew Video Wednesday. I do videos with the Glue Crew on Wednesday. If you would like to join the program or want to learn more about it, the link is always in the description box, as well as the pinned comment. All right, everyone, I will be back on Thursday for some more crafty fun. Until then, bye.